Hey everyone, this is Nick. So I'm going to go through a bunch of listing settings in this video, and so we're going to go through a couple of things. And number one, we want to set the pages up for this submit a listing button. We want to set the account button. So let's head over to the listing settings area. So theme settings, listing settings, and you won't have any of these pages already selected. But what you want to do, is for the account page, you want to select the account page, and that page is already created for you. It's already been imported for you with your demo content, so it's there. It's already created. You just want to select account, and then the add a listing page, you want to select submit a listing, and then the pay listing page, you'll want to select purchase your listing. That way, each one of these pages on the front end of the function or on the front end of the website go to the proper page, and you'll see. So for example, add a listing, we've selected the submit a listing page. That's this button here. So if somebody now clicks on this button to submit a listing, it'll go to this page, which we've already set up on how they can submit their information to submit a listing. But if you don't set that button, this will go nowhere. So you need to make sure to do that. And so on and so forth with these other pages, right? The account page, you can see on the front end we have the account button here. And then the pay for the listing page. If you head over to your prices section, you can collect these buttons where they can actually purchase the listing. So that will set all that up, right? Now, the listing form settings. So this form, so if somebody were to submit a listing, right? And let me run through what this is, how this is used. And we'll probably go over this again at another point in this training, but just so you know, if somebody finds your site on their own organically, or you're driving traffic to it somehow, and they're like, hey, I would love to have my business on this website. They see this button here that says submit a listing. So they would click it. They give you the title of their business. They can select free. If they want to do premium, they can have all the information to submit a premium listing, and then they'll be able to purchase it right then and there, right? If it's a free listing, they'll need to submit their information, and you'll have to approve it if you want to. So if they submit a listing, we want to set up the email address that submission goes to. So here's where you do it. You type in your email address here in the listing email section. You want to give them a success message for when they actually submit their listing. You can say, once they actually hit the button to submit, you can say, good job, we'll get back to you in 24 hours, or whatever you want, right? And that's pretty much it. So there's another section here that's for the new listing limits, and so I'll have to run through some more settings real quick just to make that clear again, because I want to make sure you know. But there's another video that's in your training area that's setting up your featured listings, and it talks about the new listing section on the homepage. But I'm going to go to it right now and go over it again. So you may have already seen this part, but let me do that again for you. So on the homepage, you have this section that says it's called new listings, right? And you have by default, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 listings here. If you want to only show 2 or 3 or 4, then you would change this number here to how many listings you want to show. So that's what that is. And the other thing that you want to do, if you click on one of these, this is called a single listing page, right? If you click on one of these pages and you want to remove this banner, then you would click this button, remove banner, the image, right? And then it would turn into just a color. It would just be a color by default for all your listings. See that? So that's how that works. And then if you want to use just one image for all of them, then you would add the image here. And that's how that works. And so right now we have this button here that allows you to hide the advertising on the side of your listings. So these are ads. If you want to hide those, you can click this button. But actually, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to move this function to the advertising section here on the left. So if you're looking at your website right now, you're going through this training and you don't see this button, that means it's over here in the advertising section, and I'll go through that when I get into the advertising section later on in the training. The other thing that I want to recap on and point back out to you is, if you've skipped ahead and you've seen this video and you don't see this featured listing on your website, I don't want to get any support tickets asking about what's the featured listing. So if you go to your home page, let's see, go to your home page, you have the option to turn on the featured listing. You'll see at the bottom here on the left hand side there's a button, featured listing, or you can turn on or off the new listing section. So if you want this section, you just turn that button on. If you want the new listing section, you turn that button or you turn it off. And if you want to set which listings are in that featured, like if you turn on the featured listing section and you want to select which listings are there, you just go to the settings section, the theme settings section, head over to the featured listings, and then you just start selecting which listings you want to go there, and you hit update and you'll be done. So that wraps up the listing settings. If you ever want to export all of your listings, you head over to the listing section on the left hand side and you hit CSV export, and that will export all of your listings and all of their information in a CSV, just like that. Super cool little function that we've just added, and you can see that I've already downloaded it here, and it'll show up just like that. And you can use that to give to your VA or anybody that you want to like prospect, or your appointment setter or anything like that.